Hey, good morning, fellow traders. I hope everybody's enjoying their weekend. They're having a good time, enjoying their rest, getting their batteries charged for the next trading week. So I'm out here on my weekly Sunday morning ride. I couldn't drop the top today. The sun was a little bit too bright, messing with the video, so couldn't do it with the top down today. But the main thing is, me answering the questions that you give me, and I want to make sure that I do that and I give the best answers possible that I can. So first question I'm gonna answer today, I get this a lot, and a lot of times I just kind of don't answer it because I don't want to get into, I don't like putting down other people or what other people are doing or anything like that. I just try to stay away from that. But I'll just kind of talk about the differences, and the question is, what makes your community different than all the others? Why should I choose your community over all the others? And what they're trying to do is get me to sell myself, and I don't get into that. That's why I don't do any marketing or anything like that. I'm just not about that. But what makes Average Joe Trading different is that I bring you into my life, the life of a full-time day trader every day. I'm not just talking about it. I'm not just teaching about it. I'm being about it. And, I'm in the trenches with you. I'm not just telling you, hey, this is what you need to do because this is where you are. I'm there with you. We're fighting this battle together. Now, this summer has been the toughest time I've ever had in the market. And a lot of it was self-inflicted. And we talked about that, I think, in this first video series. I had some unrealistic expectations this time. I let it creep in. It's what happens to us. And I think it was so valuable for you guys to see that and to see how I reacted to it. The things that I did that I put in place. And you're going to have to do the same thing in your trading. Because just because you start and you get consistent and you start making a little bit of money consistently, that doesn't mean you made it. You could be a consistent trader for 15 years. You're still gonna have to deal with some of these issues. So, what I feel is different about what I do is that I'm sharing with you everything, the good, the bad, the ugly. I'm not recording trades live and chopping them up and making it seem like everything is just beautiful, because it's not. It's very ugly. It's very trying. And I want you guys to see what it's really like so you can make an educated and informed decision on whether this is really what you want to do. I know anybody can be a trader if they want to be, but the thing is you have to want to do it, because there's a lot of changes that you have to make. And I really want you guys to see what it's like. And yeah, it gets embarrassing sometimes, but that's life. That's what it's about. Yeah, it may get a little raw. It got a little raw Friday. But I had to apologize, but that's the way it is. When you miss a trade or things, happen and you don't get in when you want to, it's gonna be frustrating. You're gonna react a certain way. When your money is on the line, you're gonna react a certain way. When you're in the simulator, you could. I mean, yeah, it kind of bothers you because you don't want to be wrong, but you could care less because it's not your money. But when it's your hard-earned money on the line, I don't care how much I get. I've got a I got my money back from Facebook, let me see if I got it in here. No, I took it in the house. I deposited the check I got when I withdrew the money from the Facebook trade I took for earnings. And, you know, even though I had all of that, if I lose $100 in the small account, it's still going to affect me. You know, it's still going to affect me and, you know, put me in a spot to where I'm going to react. And you guys need to see that. You guys really need to see how, you know, what problems you're going to face, what issues you're going to deal with. Okay, and now how are you going to deal with them? So I think that's the thing what makes me different. You get to see it live and unscripted, and, you know, I'm in the trenches with you. I'm not just talking and teaching about it, you know, I'm being about it. So hopefully that answers that question pretty good. I could rant about this all day, but, you know, I'm going to cut it off here. All right, so the next question is, what do I think is the biggest mistake new traders make? And, you know, honestly, it's the same mistake that I made this summer when I started this $1,000 account. It's having unrealistic expectations. It's trying to grow your account way too fast. You know, that is, for me, that is the biggest mistake new traders make. You know, it's, you got to take your time and you got to grow. Now, I know there's a lot of people that don't believe it, that don't subscribe to, you know, the starting slow and starting small. You know, because every time I talk about it, that's when I get the most people not liking what I'm saying. But, you know, that's the truth. You know, you got to start small, you got to start slow, and you have to learn. You learn by doing, but you take it slow. And the biggest mistake new traders make is they just get a trading account and they try to get some lucky trades instead of really learning what they wanted, what they need to learn. They expect to be able to follow somebody that trades and makes big money, and they expect to follow them and, you know, make the same thing. So unrealistic expectations is going to be the biggest issue, and that's what you're going to have to fight against. And that's another reason why I started the community, because I wanted to give you realistic expectations. I didn't want you to have unrealistic expectations. So now the next question, this is the big question today, is, you know, how long should I stay in the simulator? Well, you know, that's a good question, because it's going to be different for everybody. You know, for me, I never traded in the simulator live. I never did. I used the market replay simulator at night, which allowed me to practice and, you know, learn and get familiar with entry points, exiting, taking profit, and all of that. Now, I think before you trade live, yeah, you need to do that. But the simulator does have its place. And you can spend too much time in a simulator. You can get too comfortable in it, and, you know, it can be a detriment to your trading. So it's a fine line. It's you really need to use it when you're first starting to learn how to trade. And one thing I didn't know because I didn't really get into simulators other than Thinkorswim. It was free, so I didn't have to really look elsewhere. But DOS, you know, I found this out a while back. You can, you know, through DOS, you can get their platform and use it as a simulator, and you could actually trade on the same platform. Now, you know, I think the fields, you're not going to run into the same issues with not getting filled on a position and slippage and all of that, because I think it's, you're not trading on the open market. It's just simulated, whatever, it'll just hit. But it will help you get comfortable with the platform. It'll help you learn how to identify when you're set up triggers, you know, get you comfortable entering, get you comfortable taking profit, being able to stay in the trade. But then again, you know, there again, a simulator, you're not trading your own money, so you're not really losing anything. There's no emotion in it. You know, you're not gonna, if you lose, you know, $100 on a trade that just didn't go your way, you know, and it's paper money, it doesn't really mean anything. Shoot, you're not going to slam something down or, you know, lose your cool or whatever. You're just gonna be like, oh well, you know, that's that. So, you know, a simulator, I feel, has its place, but it really, you can't use it too long. But then at night, when the market is closed, when you're doing your studying, I think a market replay simulator is a very valuable tool, because it really can help you see things. You don't have the pressure on you. You can stop it, go back, replay it, kind of look at things that you might have missed that you can't see live. And all of that's real important. So I think a market replay simulator is a more valuable tool than just a regular simulator. But hey, you know, again, it's really up to you and, you know, what it takes for you to learn. And everybody has a different learning style. You know, me, I'm a more learning by doing type guy. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to learn by doing. And that's what I did. I got in there. I learned by doing. But I was smart enough to employ some, you know, risk management tactics. I didn't put a whole lot of money out there, and I still don't put a whole lot of money out there relative to my account size. And those are things that you know, we have to really focus on. So, you know, I don't know if my answer really helped you, but I would say, if you're going to use a live simulator, let's say you get DOS, you're learning how to trade, you know you're going to go into SureTrader uses DOS, the DOS platform, CME Group, which is, I guess, the new SureTrader, which I feel, well, I haven't been able to get an account with them yet, because I'm not sending my banking information overseas, but they use DOS as well. So with that respect, using that simulator is probably well worth the investment. I think it's like $149 a month, I think, is what somebody told me. But you know, it's worth, it'd be worth paying for it for 3 months. You know, use it for 1 quarter, because even when you go live, you may get tripped up and you want to go back. But make sure you have a market replay simulator that you can go to at night, and you can replay the market. You can stop it, slow it down, so you can really get a feel for what the market is doing and get a feel for the price action. You know, look at what time and sales and level 2 were doing right before the stock jumped 30 cents or 40 cents, or right before you got a point drop on the stock. What did you see? And you just keep a mental note of that. Every time you see something happen crazy in the market, go back and replay it, slow it down, look at what was happening so that you could kind of see what the market does. Like before a halt, you can pretty much tell when a stock is going to halt because of what you see prior to it happening. And I can sit here and tell you all day what happens. I can sit here and tell you what the market will do, you know, before it loses support. But telling you doesn't do any good. You need to see it for yourself. And I think that's going to be the most important lessons here is, you know, for you to be able to see those things and react to them, you know, on your own. So I hope, you know, this helps out. And, you know, I'll be back next week. Going to answer a couple more questions. But we're going to go after it hard this week. You know, the market is turning around, is coming back. You know, we still don't have a whole lot of volume and volatility after 11 o'clock. But the morning is coming back. And when we do have opportunities in the morning, they are, you know, really turning out to be, you know, good, solid opportunities. So, you know, I'm expecting that to keep going. And, you know, we'll see what we can do. So you guys take care. Have a great rest of your weekend. And I will see you tomorrow morning in the market.